Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm so grateful you're here today to enjoy this journey of life with us. Today, we're diving deep into the transformative concept of emotional intelligence, what it is, why it matters, and how it impacts every aspect of our lives. Emotional intelligence is the cornerstone of living your best life, influencing how we understand ourselves, connect with others, and navigate the world around us. As we transition from our last conversation about creating healthy boundaries, you'll notice that emotional intelligence is deeply intertwined with boundaries. When we're emotionally intelligent, we are better equipped to set boundaries that honor our needs and respect others. And as we prepare for our next video on developing emotional intelligence, today's discussion will lay the foundation for practical strategies you can apply. So what is emotional intelligence? Psychologist Daniel Goleman made popular the term, breaking it down into 5 core components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. In simple terms, emotional intelligence is our ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions while also being attuned to the emotions of others. Unlike IQ, which measures cognitive ability, emotional intelligence, or EQ, focuses on emotional and social competencies. Let's start with self-awareness. The first pillar of emotional intelligence, self-awareness, is the ability to recognize and understand your emotions as they arise. It's about being honest with yourself and understanding why you feel a certain way. Self-awareness empowers you to respond rather than react, which is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and making decisions aligned with your values. The next pillar is self-regulation. This is where emotional intelligence moves into action. Self-regulation involves managing your emotions in a way that allows you to stay calm, clear-headed, and in control. It's not about suppressing or denying your emotions, but about responding to them in a balanced and constructive way. For example, if someone says something hurtful, self-regulation gives you the ability to pause, process your feelings, and respond thoughtfully rather than lashing out. The third pillar is motivation, specifically intrinsic motivation, the kind that comes from within. Emotionally intelligent people are driven by their inner values and passions rather than external rewards. They tend to approach challenges with optimism, resilience, and a growth mindset, seeing setbacks as opportunities to learn rather than reasons to give up. Next, we have empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Empathy is often called the heart of emotional intelligence because it allows us to connect deeply with others. It helps us to step into someone else's shoes, fostering compassion and understanding. Empathy also plays a critical role in conflict resolution and effective communication. Finally, we have social skills, which are the outward expression of emotional intelligence. These include communication, active listening, teamwork, and conflict resolution. Socially skilled individuals use their emotional awareness and empathy to build meaningful relationships, inspire others, and navigate social dynamics with ease. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about why emotional intelligence matters. Firstly, emotional intelligence profoundly impacts our mental health. Research shows that individuals with higher EQ experience lower levels of anxiety and depression and greater overall life satisfaction. This makes sense when you think about it. The better we understand and imagine our emotions, the less likely we feel overwhelmed or stuck. Secondly, emotional intelligence enhances our relationships. Whether it's with family, friends, colleagues, or partners, EQ helps us to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and show up as our authentic selves. Remember how we discussed boundaries in our last 90 Days to Your Best Life video? Emotional intelligence helps us to set boundaries with confidence and clarity, ensuring our relationships are balanced and fulfilling. EQ is also crucial for career success. According to a study by Talent Smart, 90% of the top performers in the workplace have high emotional intelligence, while only 20% of the low performers do. This isn't surprising, as emotional intelligence influences our ability to work in teams, adapt to change, and lead others. Finally, emotional intelligence supports our physical health. Chronic stress, often caused by unmanaged emotions, can lead to serious health problems like high blood pressure, weakened immunity, and heart disease. By managing stress through emotional intelligence, we can improve not only our mental health, but also our physical well-being. One fascinating aspect of emotional intelligence is its link to neuroscience. Our brains are wired for connection, and emotional intelligence helps us to leverage that. The limbic system, which regulates emotions, interacts with the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and self-control. When we practice emotional intelligence, we strengthen the neural pathways between these two areas, improving our ability to regulate emotions and make sound decisions. Let's explore a few common misconceptions about emotional intelligence. One myth is that emotional intelligence is solely about being nice. While kindness and empathy are components of EQ, it also includes setting boundaries, standing up for yourself, and having difficult conversations when necessary. Emotional intelligence balances compassion with assertiveness. Another misconception is that emotional intelligence comes naturally to some and is unattainable for others. The truth is that EQ is a skill that can be developed with practice. Just as you can train your body through exercise, you can train your mind to become more emotionally intelligent. It's also important to note having high EQ doesn't mean you won't experience difficult emotions like anger, sadness, or frustration. Instead, it means you'll handle those emotions with grace and understanding, using them as opportunities to grow rather than letting them control you. Now, how can you start improving your emotional intelligence today? Begin with self-awareness exercises. Take time each day to reflect on your emotions. Journaling is a powerful tool for this. Ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling right now? And what triggered this emotion? As you become more aware of your emotional patterns, you'll gain insight into how to manage them. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to stay present and observe our emotions without judgment. Studies have shown that mindfulness can increase emotional regulation and reduce stress, enhancing overall emotional intelligence. Develop your empathy muscle. Listen actively when others are speaking and try to understand their perspective without judgment. Empathy grows when we focus on truly hearing and validating others' experiences. Enhance your communication skills. Clear, honest, and respectful communication is a hallmark of emotional intelligence. Practice expressing your feelings and needs assertively, and encourage others to do the same. Finally, work on stress management techniques. From breathing exercises to physical activity, find what works for you and reduce stress and maintain emotional balance. Stress often clouds our judgment, so managing it effectively is key to emotional intelligence. Another strategy is seeking support when needed. Emotional intelligence doesn't mean handling everything on your own. A trusted friend, mentor, or therapist can help you process difficult emotions and provide insights into areas of growth. It's a sign of strength to reach out when you need guidance. Additionally, practice celebrating your emotional wins. Whether it's pausing before reacting to a trigger or having meaningful, empathetic conversation, these moments reflect your growth. Acknowledging these wins reinforces your commitment to building emotional intelligence over time. As we look ahead to our next video on developing emotional intelligence, remember that building this skill is a lifelong journey. Each step you take brings you closer to greater self-awareness, healthier relationships, and a more fulfilling life. Now let's take a moment to reflect on 3 deep questions related to today's topic. Question 1. When was the last time you paused to reflect on your emotions? And what did you learn about yourself in that moment? Question 2. How can practicing empathy improve your relationships with the people you care about most? Question 3. Which area of your emotional intelligence, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, or social skills do you feel needs the most growth in your life? In the comments below, tell us something funny. Until next time, choose to make today your best day yet and love the life you're living.